Today we are going to be looking at a new theme park game called Park Studio. This game is in like the earliest alpha beta. It's like version 0.1, so it just like came out sort of, and like for people to just test and see what the game is and how it works. And we are also going to have a look. I did get a Steam code, so thank you so much. We're just going to check how maybe like the building works, how the coaster builder works, and all the other stuff. And there's some amazing detail with this game. It's built in Unreal Engine. I think it's like Unreal Engine 5, so the lighting and everything is super accurate. You can maybe already see it behind me. It looks really good. So we are just going to press a new game. I've already changed some of the settings. I've made everything blue. As you can see, normally it's black. I've changed some of the quality settings, but you can of course change that yourself. But we're just going to load a new game. You have a lot of different options, but we're just going to start with a small flat land and then just sandbox. Let's create a park, and we instantly load in. That was really quick. I pressed the button and we were in. Okay, we have a lot of options already at the bottom of the menu. The first option, by the looks of things, is just buildings. And for what I've heard, there's a lot of building pieces. I can quickly scroll through it, but yeah, as you can see, there is a lot of things you can already build with. I don't think there's any of the other pieces yet. Of course, it's the first version, so a lot of stuff is still being added. Now, I've already done the tutorial very quickly, but it is actually quite easy with how you build it. With control, you can easily, as you can see, snap to buildings. And if you want, you can even add it at the top as you can. And well, that's just very easy. There's a lot of different type of walls. I think this wall here is then thicker again, if I'm correct. Yeah, as you can see, it's thicker. We can, well, easily undo that with that button. And even if I'm not really able to connect it, I can still connect it with the hand, as you can see. That still looks, well, good enough. And I can add it there. There you go. Now we sort of got like a door. Now, if I go to scenery, there is also a lot of pieces in here, as you can see. There's a lot of detail, as you can see. Now, if I'm correct, there should be like, you can add like signs on here. Like if I start to rotate it, you can actually like add it sort of like in here. And yeah, you can already see like my settings are on medium. I've just done that because I'm recording, otherwise everything will die. But the detail is already, well, as you can see, extremely high. And you can just add tons and tons of details on top of all of these walls. I'm not just adding a few random pieces in front of here. You can add like crates. And what you can also do, besides all of this, you can even click on all of these. You can change the size if you feel like it. So if I want to have this bigger or smaller, I can do that. I can, well, rotate it however I can. And of course, everything is on the grid, but you can also disable the grid. And now it's just, well, as you can see, just not on the grid. And you can place it however you want. And that's basically with all the pieces. Now, there are so many pieces, and if I want, I could go over them all the way. There's already some other people that made some really cool builds. I will put like some of them in the description that showcase more of the buildings. Since well, I'm not the best builder in the world, I'm more of the coasters, of course. And that's also where this game really shines. But I'm just looking through some of these props, and yeah, there's a lot of things, and you can open and use some of these things actually. So I just placed these right here. Let's close that. If I now press F, we are on walking mode. And if I go here and I press E, I can open and close the door. I can open and close these gates and actually go through them, and otherwise I cannot. And you can actually link these up to your station and actually make them work, which is incredible. So you can just really just customize your own art just however you want. Like, this game is really limitless. Now, there is of course some extremely good lighting in this game too. I can hopefully quickly show it off if I figure out how to add a roof. I think I should just be able to do that with like these pieces. I'm just going to be very lazy and just very big. There we go. And as you can see, like dark actually gets dark. As you can see, if I now add fully like walls around this, you actually get a pitch black room. Not like Planet Coaster where you still see light. Not like Themepark 2 where you still see light. It's actually completely dark. Now, if I then go to scenery, and if I just get like, I don't know, this light here, and I just go to it, and let me pick it up. Let me firstly rotate that to about, I guess there should be fine, and then move it all the way up. There we go. And we can like place it, I guess, a little bit more here, and then make sure it's not in the thing. There we go. Well, as you can see, the lighting is good, and you can change basically everything from it. You can change like the light itself, the color, as you can see, which looks pretty decent. Like, you can make this go whatever you want. You can change, of course, the colors of every single item, same as the walls. You want a different color for the wall? Well, you can change it however you want with this, well, menu. You have so many options which you can change, and I don't even know how all of that stuff works, but that's for you to figure out. But yeah, as you can see, you can do a lot of things. Before we go to the roller coaster, let's have first a look at a few other things. So on the right bottom, we also have a path curator, but let me first make it actually like daylight again, since you can of course change all the time however you want. You can make it nighttime, and now you can really see the lighting, how good it is, and the reflections of everything. Yeah, this guys, this is incredible, as you can see. Let's make it like some daylight again with like, I don't know, like 2 p.m. That seems fine. And let's have a look at some paths. So here the path curator is amazing. At the moment there's of course no guests, there's no shops, there's no stuff, but that's all going to come in the future. This game is going to have it all. So as you can see, the paths just work very nice. You're able to change the tangent size, which is sort of like the angle you can change, as you can see. But with this you can of course also rotate it. You can even scale it if you want to have it thinner or a lot thicker, as you can see. I can do this. Yeah, at another node I can then make this node if I want thicker again. I can rotate it, and then I can, I don't know, move it all the way up here. And now I have this path, and in the future guests will actually be able to walk over this. And yeah, as you can see, the detail again on like the path and everything. You can of course walk on it, as you can do. You can even sprint and jump, and it's you're actually walking around in your own park. Then we also have landscaping. As you see at the bottom, there's a few options you cannot do. I think these are like rides, shops. I'm not really sure what the sparkle thing is. And I think the other one is water, which is going to come in the future. But we already have some of the terrain options. It's probably going to be like more added in the future with the sculpture, but it sort of works, I would almost say, like the same as Planet Coaster. It's very nice. You have just the smooth tool then too, and you can also like, well, flatten stuff out. You can paint things. You can like add mud to it, like everything really now, or I can add more rock. You can increase the strength. So if I now do this, it's going to go very quick. Fall off, I'm not really sure what it is, but it looks cool. With the scroll tool you can make it bigger. Oh, I somehow scrolled in minus. I'm not really sure that's supposed to happen, but you can make this, if I scroll, very big. But as you can see, then everything starts to lag a little bit, so I would not suggest doing that. But we have now some very, well, already quite big mountains, and we can just smooth them out, and it looks very nice. Now I want to actually look at some of the nature props, since I have to say the nature looks incredible, or the greenery. So we have some of these rocks, which I guess I can just sort of like place down like this, and you can easily rotate it with Z. And if I now just, I don't know, I just make something random. Let's also add like a log. Can I add like a log on top of here? So if I go out of here, I select this. I guess it needs to be a bit smaller, a bit more up here, and then let's place that like here. There we go. That seems to be good enough, right? There we go. And let's also add some few bushes. We have like this bush we can add in the background, and I guess just this one in the foreground. These are some massive trees. I guess I want to make that a bit smaller. The only annoying thing is you have to sort of go out of the menu to be able to place it again, but there we go. Can I like also copy this, like Control C? No, I cannot do that, so I guess you have to do 1 for 1 with the items. But now we have this. So we are going to look also at the weather, which might be one of the like the main points of this game. On the right down we have of course all different weather, from sun to cloudy, from rain to thunder to snow. Yes, this game has rain, thunder, snow. So let's just load up, well, first some rain. It's going to take a little bit before like the clouds are going to come in, which is also very cool. Like the actual weather, you're going to be able to see it change. There are the clouds coming, and like the sun is going away, so you can see everything becomes a little bit darker. Everything's a little bit grayer. You can hear the rain in the background. You start to see it, and yeah, as you can see, the rain is actually falling on the ground and also interacting with the terrain you place. It's falling on this. It might be a bit loud. Let's lower that a little bit. There actually starts to add like water spots and everything, and as you can see, it's basically dropping on everything. Like the rain is falling on here, and it looks like there's like a small layer of water on top of this building, and you see like actually the water on it. It's incredible. We can also, of course, also change it to thunder, which I think then of course starts to add some thunder. Probably gets a little bit more, even more dark, the clouds and stuff. I haven't actually looked at this, but yeah, as you can see, everything, just the reflections, everything is dark. You start to see, oh my god, I saw thunder in the background, but you start to see the reflections on top of all the rocks and everything, which just looks amazing. Let's see if we can see like some, oh my god, it's going crazy. It is raining very hard now, and you start to see some thunder in the background, which is amazing. But there's one more better option, which is snow. So let's change the snow. That means the thunder is going to slowly go less, and the rain starts to go away and changes. As you can already see a little bit into snow. There we go. The noise is finally starting to go a little bit less, and now it's basically snowing. As you can see, there's still water on the ground that doesn't just evaporate instantly, and the same on here, but you can sort of see like still the reflections of the water that just fallen down, and you start to see the new like snow coming on top of the rocks, as you can see, and it's sort of like it's now both of it. And if you just wait a little bit longer, and as you can see, the game also has wind. So when it was storming, this tree was going like, and now it's a little bit less. And when it's sunny, it's probably even less. Well, as you can see, the floor now starts to get snow. All of these items, yes, do get snow. And as you can see, this also works actually on the coaster track, and everything it just interacts with. Whatever you place, the weather interacts with. So if you now let's have a look on top of here, you can still see it's a little bit wet, but also there's now a full layer of snow on top of it, and it's going to get more and more and more snow the longer it's of course starting to snow. Now the whole ground is basically snowed up, the path is basically snow, and the little scenery we made here is all snow, and even the log and like the bush is like all snow. I'm not sure if the tree has done anything. Yes, even the tree, as you can see, has like snowy leaves right now. Guys, is incredible, especially when you have like a full theme park and you just like you can enable just dynamic weather, so it just changes however it wants. This can be a game changer. Now that we've seen this, let's just change it back to sun. This is going to take a little bit before it's all gone. So clouds, please go away. And now, as you can see, the clouds are all going away, and the snow is going to slowly melt because the sun is of course shining again. But now let's have a look at the probably where you're quite curious for. Now let me just say a quick disclaimer: the coaster builder is difficult, it's still very glitchy, you cannot make any inversions, and it's quite difficult to start with. Oh, now you can actually sort of see that the snow is on top of all the things here, as you can see. That's insane, that's insane. Alright, so we're going from left to right. Let's just first make this a station, since I think I have to do this. So station, and then make that, well, here it's behind me, but you probably see it. Now we have like these tire wheels which are actually rotating. I'm not sure this is the final model. Most of the stuff is not final here, but that's very cool. And well, you can see the snow is slowly going away and the grass is coming back. So let's just click on this node here and let's add a node. And we are basically able to build sort of nodes. It's like a combination of like a node builder, but also not. It's weird, but it works, I would say. So we can change like the tangent size, as you can see, which works a little bit weird still, in my opinion. It's still quite difficult to figure out how that works, in my opinion. Like it's quite difficult, but I guess you just have to get used to it, how it works. Then we're going to add a launch like that, and then we add a node. Now, as you can see, we then added a node. We can continue that. We can on the right down, we can like change the target speed, the power, all that stuff. I don't think it matters too much. And we are going to add a node, and we're just going to get, I guess, an airtime hill. There's a lot of options you can change with the roller coaster itself, but yeah, as you can see, it's quite difficult to make something like this quite nice. I have to change both of these tangent size, and that actually looks quite nice. But if I just click on the coaster itself, there's a lot more options you can change. You can like change supports, so now there's a lot more, or there's a lot less. I guess I'm fine with like maybe like 8. That looks nice. You can add train, so I can add like a train, and well, there it is. It's of course going to stop in the station, and if you then put it on testing and wait a little bit, the coaster is actually going to go in a little bit, and we can, as you can see it hopefully going any minute. There it goes. Let's have a look. So it just takes this turn very nice, as you can see, and then it starts to launch. And it's taking that airtime hill, and then it disappears, and then of course it's going to test again. And I think while you're building it, it's also just testing. So let's add another node, and let's try some of this banking. Now, I'm already going to say making this smooth is quite difficult from what I've noticed so far. So we're just going to pick this R, and we are going to, I guess, just try and rotate this. Yeah, it starts to do some weird things, as you can see. I can say I'm not a really good builder with nodes, so I will have to get better myself probably too. But I guess if you just move this the right way and then fix this, like try to fix the tangent size. I guess if you add another node, and then continue building off this node. You can sort of view how the turn would go and the tank in size. You can of course still go back to that turn that you just made and fix it or change however you want. There we go. Now we have sort of this turn, so I can go back to this node, and as you can see, I can move it and increase the thing in size or decrease it. It's definitely not the smoothest what I've now made. I guess I can just quickly edit. So I'm just going to keep it to this. I don't want to spoil you too much about the coaster builder, since you will have to figure that out for yourself and just discover it. So I'm just going to press close loop, and it's going to very cheat-ish go back to the end, but it works, I guess. Sort of. So if we now open it, and I'm going to, well, start walking. I think I should be able to press E. I'm not sure what I did. Let's try that again. If I'm going up here, I'm going to press E. I should be able to get in here. I'm not sure how I do that. I'm just going to place this like here, and maybe now it works. I'm not sure how do I enter. Like, I'm able to enter from. How did I enter from here, by the way? Oh, now how does that happen, guys? I think I'm breaking the game. Oh, are we going? I think I'm now correct. Okay, ignore all the stuff that you see on the side. Oh, there we go. Let's have a look. Now we're at the front of the cart, so we're going to launch. We have this airtime here on the car, and it's actually like you saw it's not the smoothest, but the extra camera makes it actually quite smooth. And oh, you have this ending which is yeah, let's just act like that never happened. And now you're actually basically able to make the custom station however you want. And yeah, this is just a very quick look around at what the game can do, what the game is. There's going to be tons and tons of updates. If you want to follow this game, there's a link in the description to the Discord, and there's also a link to the Steam page. It's like only 20 euros right now. It's quite cheap, and you actually get a lot already, and it's a great way to support this game. I'm probably going to make more content about this game once the coaster build itself is like actually working with some inversions and some other stuff, and then I might make some coaster layouts and see actually what this game is capable of, instead of just having a quick look. I think this game is very, very promising. Of course, it's still very early in its alpha, but it has great potential. So guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video on Park Studio. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe on my channel, and I will say, as always, goodbye.